Wealth inequality is a pressing issue that plagues societies worldwide. This topic aims to delve into the disparities in wealth distribution, analyze their causes, and propose potential solutions to foster a more equitable society. By understanding the complexities of wealth inequality, we can explore avenues to promote inclusivity, social mobility, and economic justice. Defining wealth inequality. A. Understanding the concept of wealth inequality and its impact on individuals, communities, and societies. B. Examining key metrics and measurements used to assess wealth disparities, such as the Gini coefficient and wealth concentration indices. Causes and drivers of wealth inequality. A. Investigating systemic factors contributing to wealth inequality, including historical contexts, economic policies, and structural biases. B. Analyzing the influence of socioeconomic factors, such as education, race, gender, and social mobility, on wealth disparities. Consequences of wealth inequality. A. Exploring the wide-ranging effects of wealth inequality on social cohesion, health outcomes, education, and overall economic growth. B. Highlighting the intergenerational impact, as wealth disparities can perpetuate over time. Addressing wealth inequality. A. Evaluating existing policies and initiatives aimed at reducing wealth inequality. B. Discussing the importance of progressive taxation, wealth redistribution, and social welfare programs in creating a more equitable society. C. Examining innovative approaches, such as universal basic income, UBI, impact investing, and inclusive economic development as potential solutions. Promoting financial inclusion and education. A. Exploring the role of financial literacy and access to financial services in addressing wealth disparities. B. Highlighting initiatives to empower marginalized communities through financial education, entrepreneurship support, and microfinance. Rethinking economic systems. A. Analyzing alternative economic models, such as inclusive capitalism, social entrepreneurship, and cooperative ownership, as means to mitigate wealth inequality. B. Discussing the potential of Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and the circular economy in creating a more equitable and environmentally sustainable wealth distribution. 7. Fostering public awareness and advocacy. A. Emphasizing the importance of raising public awareness about wealth inequality and its consequences. B. Encouraging civic engagement, grassroots movements, and policy advocacy to drive systemic change. Wealth inequality poses significant challenges to social cohesion, economic stability, and individual opportunities. By exploring the disparities in wealth distribution, understanding their causes, and pursuing equitable solutions, we can foster a more inclusive and just society. It requires a multifaceted approach involving policy reforms, financial inclusion, education, and a collective commitment to building a fairer future for all. What are systemic factors contributing to wealth inequality? Systemic factors contributing to wealth inequality are multifaceted and interconnected. Here are some key systemic factors that contribute to wealth inequality. Income disparities. Unequal distribution of income, including wage stagnation. for low and middle income earners compared to high income earners. Widens the wealth gap over time. Education disparities. Limited access to quality education, including disparities in funding, resources, and opportunities, can perpetuate intergenerational wealth inequalities. Discrimination and bias. Systemic discrimination based on factors such as race, gender, ethnicity, and social class can limit access to economic opportunities, fair employment, and upward mobility, exacerbating wealth disparities. Inheritance and family wealth. The intergenerational transfer of wealth, including inherited assets and advantages, can contribute to wealth concentration within specific families or socioeconomic groups. Tax policies and loopholes. Favorable tax policies for the wealthy, such as capital gains tax rates and loopholes, can perpetuate wealth accumulation for the already affluent while limiting opportunities for wealth creation among lower-income individuals. Financial system and investment opportunities. Limited access to financial services, investment opportunities, and capital for marginalized communities can hinder wealth creation and perpetuate disparities. Housing and property ownership. Disparities in homeownership rates, access to affordable housing, and property appreciation disproportionately affect low-income individuals and communities, limiting their wealth-building potential. Globalization and economic policies. Global economic trends and policies, such as trade agreements and outsourcing, can contribute to job displacement, wage suppression, and uneven wealth distribution, impacting different regions and socioeconomic groups. Systemic poverty and social safety nets. Inadequate social safety nets, including limited access to healthcare, education, and social assistance programs, can hinder upward mobility and perpetuate wealth inequality. Lobbying and political influence. Concentration of economic power and lobbying by wealthy individuals and corporations can shape policy decisions and create an environment that favors the already affluent, further entrenching wealth disparities. It's important to recognize that these systemic factors are interconnected, reinforcing and amplifying each other. Addressing wealth inequality requires comprehensive and multifaceted approaches that target these systemic factors, aiming to create a more equitable and inclusive economic system. What are the consequences of wealth inequality? Wealth inequality has far-reaching consequences that affect individuals, communities, and societies as a whole. Here are some of the key consequences of wealth inequality. Social and economic inequality. Wealth inequality contributes to social divisions and stratification, creating a significant gap between the rich and the poor. This can lead to social unrest, a lack of social cohesion, and a sense of injustice within communities. Limited economic mobility. High levels of wealth inequality can restrict economic mobility, making it harder for individuals from lower income backgrounds to improve their economic status. This can lead to a perpetuation of poverty and reduced opportunities for social advancement. Unequal access to opportunities. Wealth disparities can result in unequal access to education, healthcare, housing, and other essential resources and opportunities. This creates barriers for marginalized communities, limiting their chances of improving their quality of life and overall well-being. Health disparities. Wealth inequality has a direct impact on health outcomes. Lower-income individuals often face barriers to quality healthcare, leading to poorer health outcomes and reduced life expectancy compared to their wealthier counterparts. Education gaps. Wealth inequality affects educational opportunities. Lower-income individuals may have limited access to quality education, including resources, extracurricular activities, and advanced educational opportunities. This can perpetuate the cycle of poverty and hinder social mobility. Political influence imbalance. Wealth disparities can result in a concentration of economic and political power among the wealthy. This can lead to imbalances in political influence, as the affluent have more resources to shape policies and regulations in their favor, potentially undermining democratic principles. Reduced economic growth and stability. Extreme wealth inequality can hinder overall economic growth and stability. When a significant portion of wealth is concentrated in the hands of a few, it limits consumer spending and can lead to reduced economic demand and investment, negatively impacting economic progress. Increased crime and social tensions. High levels of wealth inequality have been linked to higher crime rates and social tensions. Economic disparities, limited opportunities, and a sense of injustice can contribute to social unrest and crime rates within communities. Diminished social mobility. Wealth inequality can limit social mobility, making it harder for individuals to move up the socioeconomic ladder. This can lead to a lack of optimism and decreased opportunities for future generations, perpetuating the cycle of poverty. Weakened democracy. Extreme wealth inequality can undermine democratic principles by distorting the influence of money in politics and giving undue power to a select few. This can erode trust in institutions and lead to decreased faith in the democratic process. Understanding the consequences of wealth inequality is crucial in highlighting the urgency of addressing this issue. By recognizing these impacts, societies can work towards implementing policies and initiatives that promote a more equitable distribution of wealth, foster inclusive economic growth, and ensure equal opportunities for all individuals.